All right, guys. Well, welcome to our Monday night team huddle. If this is your first time on, welcome. We're super excited to have you. I know folks are going to be logging in here in the next few minutes. So if you're ever running a minute or two behind, don't hesitate about logging in a little bit late. We're always happy to have you. Tonight, Paula is going to be sharing some of the updates of Take Shape for Life. And we are super, super blessed to have her on our team. She's a global director and very knowledgeable and has been doing Take Shape for Life for many years. So I'm super excited to hear from her and what's going on, Paula.
Thanks, Katie, so much. We've had a lot of people who are saying, aren't we just doing MetaFast? And so we wanted to talk with you a little bit tonight about the whole idea of what our program is all about. So I'm going to do a quick screen share here, and we'll get started. And Okay, so what is Take Shape for Life? Those of you who are on probably understand some of the differences of what we are compared to another diet. We really actually offer a comprehensive health plan that just happens to include weight loss. Where most programs stop at reaching a healthy weight, you can see here in step 2, those of you who are on Take Shape for Life, that's where we really begin, because to us, it's a lifestyle change. Reaching a healthy weight is just step 1. And as you know, there's a really big health crisis in America, and this picture is so sad up at the in the top. It's but it is a very it's a picture of what is happening in our society. And then down below, you see the father and son, and oftentimes we pass on habits, not necessarily genetics. That happens too, but did you know that only 30% of our health-related diseases are genetic, 70% are lifestyle. And so you can see some of the statistics here. It's very sad that 86% of the people are predicted to be obese by 2030. And it is going into many other countries. It's not just America, but we just have such a plentiful amount of unhealthy food that we're seeing it happening often. Most people don't even think that they're obese. That word is so, it's kind of offensive, and they don't see that it's really a medical condition, it's not a label other than it truly is just talking about how unhealthy we are. And so when we start with Take Shape for Life, we want to ask people, where are you starting from? It really is not where, it doesn't label who you are. It's just, where's my current reality? And some people just come and say, I just want to lose weight. And we're like, okay, that's great. That's exactly fine. But what does getting healthy look like to you? And, does it mean that you're off medications, or does it mean that you can be on the floor playing with your grandchildren, or that you have the energy to take your children to the park, or even just not be exhausted when you wake up in the morning? And so we just want to kind of talk about that. We're not a diet, we are about changing things, because diets fail. 85% of the people who go on a diet gain their weight back, and then 20% more than that. And so that's where we get into problems of just thinking it as a short-term solution to a problem. And why is getting healthy important to you? I mean, for everyone, it's totally different, but we have to start there. So we start with the why and say, okay, why does it matter? Because if we don't start here, we generally will not follow through. And not why as in running from something, but why do I want to move forward and be healthier 5 years from now or next year than I am now? Once we know the why, then we can talk about how we get there. Then we can talk about how we're going to get there and what we're going to do. But if we start with the what and the how, that's where it's a short-term change, and it usually doesn't sustain. So when your health coach is talking to you and they're saying, okay, so you're down 20 pounds, why does the next 20 pounds matter to you? What does that look like? We want to help paint a picture of what's possible. That's the part that moves you forward. Take Shape for Life was began by Dr. Anderson, and most of you have your Habits of Health book, have seen his picture. But he actually left medicine in 2001 and began Take Shape for Life. And is to, oops, let me just mute everyone here and hold on. change for just a second. There we go. Okay. So Dr. Anderson, he left medicine in 2001, and he had a desire just to create Take Shape for Life and say, you know what, we've got to start at the bottom, and we've got to help people learn to create health. So when we talk about your Habits of Health book and workbook, the purpose is yeah, we can help you get your body healthy, which is eating 6 times a day and drinking your water. But after that, what's going to happen? That's where we want to actually teach the principles that are going to sustain it. And Dr. Anderson is amazing. I mean, the movement that he's created with Take Shape for Life and creating a healthy America is pretty incredible. So we are just a group of independent people, health coaches and health professionals that have a desire to help people get healthy. And we're just focused on that. We're focused on one thing. We're the health coaching division of Medifast. So we partner together with them. So when you look at the health crisis in America, this is a really alarming chart, because in 1988 was the first time they started actually charting and obesity. And you can see that the darkest blue states right there were 10 to 14% of the residents in those states were considered obese. And you can see all the white states didn't even have data. Then you fast forward 10 years to 1998, and all at once we have much more obesity, and we're actually introducing the yellow, which is 20 to 24% of those residents are obese. Fast forward 10 more years to 2008, and you can see that now we've had to add more colors. And the darker red is more than 30% of the residents in those states are obese, which means a BMI of 30 or higher, and much usually lifestyle diseases are already beginning. And then in just 2 years, you can see that it even is getting darker as far as, darker, I guess that's a good word for it, but as far as what a problem it is. And this is created by the Center of Disease Control, this study. And as you can see here, this is the last slide I have. They had to totally remake it as far as the colors and how they were reporting it. But you can see that in 2011, how crazy it's becoming. Because honestly, it's a problem. And this is obese. Actually, if you know the true statistics, 2/3 of Americans fall into the overweight and obese category. So we're just talking about obese, where there is serious health problems coming if they're not already there. America needs us. We're so used to going to the doctor and getting, another pill, and we are. I'm going to mute everyone again, and we're used to getting another pill. Our tummy's getting bigger. Doctor says.
Okay, just never mind.
Hold on. Let's see. Okay, let's do that again, and mute. Okay. All right, there we go. But then you see our foods that we're eating, they're just creating a mess. And not only are we becoming very heavy, but we're actually becoming very exhausted and falling on with that as well. So when we look at our health pattern and what's happening in our, let's see, here we go, back this way, excuse me, we have a chart here. The path of changing your health, which is most of you on this call tonight are making a big change. You can see that we start out non-sick as a general rule when we're born, and then the small decisions that we make daily are what takes us down the path of sickness. Over time, those unhealthy habits catch up with us, and we can become sicker, or over time we will start to develop diseases, whether it's medically, whether it's prescription needed, or heart problems, diabetes, as you guys all know. And then it's interesting because when we start making changes, our body is amazing. It can actually start to heal itself given the right fuel, the right healthy nutrition. And so whether you're 18 years old like Camille up here in the corner, or you're like Eileen, who was 75 when she went on our program. The truth is once we start to make changes, our health starts improving dramatically. I mean, like within a week or two, and most of you are already You already know that. And we do that together with not only the meal plan, we have our nutrition plan, but with the habits of health, which is the sustainable part, and then with your health coach. Statistics are that you are 4 times more likely to reach your healthy weight because of your health coach and the support, even from those of you who are on here or our Facebook page. It's really a neat, we're not just a one-stop shop. We're like the whole healthy body and healthy mind. We want to help you on all ways. So generally before your journey, you'll see in this blue here, we are taking in more calories than we're taking out. It's a pretty simple graph, and that is creating fat accumulation. And when you begin the 5 and 1 or the 4 and 2, the only thing we're going to do is drop your calories down. And we're not going to increase any activity, as you know, and that deficit is going to result in fat loss. And so we're going to put your body into a nice little fat burn. We're going to take you across until you reach that healthy weight of less than 25 BMI. And then we start to transition and we start to bring all those foods that you've set aside back. And that's when you really need your health coach walking beside you. So as you know, 5 and 1 is 5 meal replacements and 1 lean and green with your family. Lots of choices. They're low glycemic, which our goal for your lifetime is 5 to 6 low glycemic meals. And we're just showing you that pattern now, eating often, which is keeping your blood sugar even and keeping you from your insulin from spiking and coming on, your blood sugar from spiking, your insulin from coming on. It's just about making it easy so that we can get you to that healthy place and then create the change permanently. So this is just an example of what that looks like, and here's the magic potion right here in the middle. Okay, it's the water. So those of you who have had weeks where you didn't lose as much, it's like your coach is saying, how much water did you get in? How many ounces of water? Because it makes a huge difference. I mean, for some people who have been well on their journey, it's 1 pound to 1.5 pounds a week difference. So it's incredible. It's free, but it's the magic. And we want to put your body into a fat burning. What that is like, why I love this picture of the campfire is that really is a good explanation of what fat burning is. So if you have a small fire and you're putting on small sticks on it and it's burning hot and fast, that's what fat burning is. So we're giving your body small meals every few hours. It's starting to burn it hot and fast because it's having to use what's there for fuel. If you put on a big old log, that fire is going to just kind of be smothered. If you don't put enough on, it just becomes just embers. And that's exactly the way we're thinking of eating from here on. Just small meals often, keep our metabolism going, and the fat is going to melt away. So this is it. It's the Be Slim lifestyle, which is breakfast. You guys are doing it. Exercise after you're 3 to 4 weeks down the road, or when you're past an opportunity of hurting yourself, and you have the support of your health coach. We're eating our 5-6 times a day. We're making it individual for you. Some of you have a modified plan, and the main thing is you're monitoring it. You're checking in with your coach once a week. You're hopping on that scale, and you're just facing the reality that this is a lifetime of change. So I just want to encourage you to stay in your support tools, because that is really going to be the key for, again, not only understanding what's happening, but also just challenging yourself to actually make the changes emotionally, mentally, physically in your home to make this a lifestyle change. So I'm going to stop that share. We'll talk about transition another time. But when you get to your healthy weight and transition starts, it's the most important place. The most important step right there is that transition. So I want to turn it back to you, Miss Katie, and just wanted to give a quick overview of how the program actually works.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Paula. I feel like anytime I hear what Take Shape for Life has to offer, it lights a fire under me again. It's always so exciting to hear everything that we have. And, if you were seeing those pictures and you were feeling some guilt, just know that, it's so cool that we have all these tools in place to make the reality of what you want happen. And it's amazing what a transformation can occur. I can't tell you how many times I would look at people's before and afters and think, I wish that would be me someday. And now I'm looking back and I'm saying, oh, that's so cool that that happened. So, and thinking about before and afters, we're going to bring Ben on tonight. Ben has a pretty incredible story himself. And I'm really excited to get to hear it. He's been sharing a little bit on the Get Healthy and Thrive page. So Ben is going to share with us tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Katie. I appreciate it. In the beginning, actually starting back a year ago, my first son was born, and I was probably at my heaviest right around 312. And I knew around January, one of my best friends, who's been a health coach for a while, has just really was like, man, you gotta do something. You gotta do something. So finally in January, I knew I needed to make a change. And so I said, man, I'm going to give you 1 month, like get off my back. I'll give you 1 month and see. And out of that first month, when I hopped on plan, I lost 31 pounds in my first month. And it's again, as Kay said, it lit a fire underneath me. I realized a life that I never knew I could have. And then just continued on there. And I'm in 4 months in and I'm down 70 pounds. And that's crazy for me to see, to even look back at January and see where I am now. But the reasons that I'm doing it is for my family. I'm doing it for my wife, but now I'm doing it for myself. And I've got so much more energy now, and it's just great. And out of that, I have friends and family who are just reaching out saying like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And realizing that not only can I help myself, but now I can help others. And so kind of took the plunge and jumped in with health coaching. And that's just opened up a new other part of my life that's blessed me and my mind, my body, and financially. It's just been awesome and incredible. And so really, I don't know where I would have been had it not been for somebody who loved me so much just to be honest with me and say, I can help you. And out of that, I'm forever grateful. And so now it's just looking forward to see where I'm at in the next few months when I'm down 100 and what life looks like from there on out. So I'm in the journey with you guys. It's just I'm pumped to be here, and I'm pumped just to see what happens and help other people.
And that's so cool. And I know you're giving a silent shout out there to your coaches, and they're sitting there so proudly, both smiling so big.
Right.
Right. And it's so exciting to see that pay it forward mentality of like, you get healthy initially, maybe for someone you love, or, maybe you get healthy for yourself. And then all of a sudden everyone you love wants to get healthy too. And it's just so cool, that ripple effect.
Yeah.
So now we're going to do some other celebrations tonight. Leah Gilbert's going to be leading us in client celebrations. If you've never shared before, or maybe you've been on it and you just haven't had the opportunity to hop off mute, in the left-hand corner of your screen, there's a mute button, and you can click that. And once you click it, you'll be unmuted and you'll have the opportunity to share. So we encourage you to please share, turn on your video tonight, and join in our community. We would love to hear from you. And I'm going to turn it over to Leah.
Hey, thanks, Katie. Hi, everyone. Super excited to hear about all the ways you all have been victorious this week. I want to jumpstart our client celebration by calling out a friend and client of mine, because I know she had a really amazing victory this weekend when things did not go as planned and she had to figure out what she was going to do. So Hannah, could you bring yourself off of mute and jumpstart our client shares tonight?
Yeah, thanks, Leah. Okay, so it's so crazy because I was totally going to share this tonight. So this week, for anyone who's been following Get Healthy and Thrive, Katie challenged us to kind of take control of our weekends and be really on mission with what we were eating. And so she challenged us to take a picture of our food and send it to our coach. And as someone who has been on plan and who is in maintenance now, I was like, okay, this is really good. I'm going to do this. I need to be held accountable for some of the things, just some of the meals I was having. And so I was going out to dinner with some friends on Friday night. And we had it all planned out, and I had looked at the menu beforehand, and I knew exactly what I was going to send my coach. I knew exactly what picture I was going to send her. I knew what I was going to have. And then our reservations got overbooked. And I was like, oh my gosh. So you have that panic, you have that feeling, because you're like, I did everything I could. I planned ahead. I knew what I was going to order. And then you just have to stop. I really did. I stopped, I challenged, and I choose, because guess where we went? We went to a food court. And I was like, okay. So I had a moment where I just sat down and I said, okay, I'm going to think about what I want. And I had grilled chicken and I had steamed veggies, and it was awesome. And I remember feeling so good, texting my coach Leah and being like, this is the best victory I've had in a really long time, because it was a spur of the moment. And could I have gotten something that maybe wasn't so healthy, because I was tempted, you're around it, it's a food court, but just to have that one accountability of my coach and the challenge, which was awesome, and just knowing that I woke up the next day and I felt really awesome about my choices. So I want to thank both of you for your support and for everyone on this call. This is great. But yeah, that's kind of just a little victory that I had this week that I wanted to share. So I'm glad you called me out, Leah.
Yay, thank you for sharing, Hannah. I loved Hannah's choice because Hannah was able to recognize in the moment, okay, there are so few places that you can genuinely not get some grilled chicken and vegetables. I've been in a restaurant before and that was actually not on the menu, but you just ask like, hey, what would it cost for me to get just some plain grilled chicken and some steamed veggies? So I loved hearing that, you know, that she made it work even when things didn't go as planned. So anyway, okay, everybody else, now is your opportunity. I'm not going to call anybody else out, but if you have something that we can celebrate, please hop off mute and share with us. It could be a scale victory, something that just went really well that was a non-scale victory. So hop on off and share with us.
Hey, Leah, it's Lisa. So I just wanted to share that I was really excited that one of my clients actually shared with me that when you go to a Mexican restaurant, you can actually ask for jicama instead of chips, and they will give it to you. So last night I was out and I got a bowl of jicama to go with the salsa instead of the chips. So it still provided that healthy crunch. And yeah, you just have to request it. It's not their typical, but if you ask for it, they'll give it to you. So I thought that would be good to share with everyone.
Whoa, Lisa, that's such an awesome tip. For those of you who have never eaten jicama, it has the crunchy consistency of an apple, but is a vegetable. So it is delicious. And I actually love Mexican food, so I will be doing that. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing, Lisa. Anybody else? What else can we celebrate this week? Don't be shy. Just pop off mute. Scale victory. I'm sure that all of you are losing weight because you're all doing 5 and 1. So even if you just want to share how many pounds you lost this week, we want to celebrate it. I'm just going to wait and let you all feel really awkward until somebody shares.
Hey, Leah.
Yes.
This is Lori. My victory this weekend, I've been on maintenance, off and on for the last 8 or so months, but I did really well while I was on program. And the reason I did the program initially was to have more energy and lose weight so I could spend time with my grandson. And this weekend we had Kevin, our only grandchild. He's going to be 18 months tomorrow, and we had so much fun. We ran up and down stairs, we slid up and down the stairs, we were on the floor, we were playing, and it was just a joy to have the energy and the stamina to be able to keep up with him. So I so appreciate this program to give me back my life.
Whoa, what an awesome why. I love that. It's such a cool motivation for you to get healthy. Thanks for sharing, Lori. Anybody else have a non-scale or a scale victory they'd like to share?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, this is Kimberly. I am, Lisa is my coach, Lisa Wick, and I just wanted to share, I've been on program since January 29th. It has been the best decision that I've ever made for myself. I've actually lost 25 pounds so far on program, and it's really the first thing that I've stuck with, to be honest, in years. And it's just so easy. I feel it's just such a simple thing to do for yourself. And I've just gotten so much more energy, and I exercise now. I take walks every day with my son after we eat dinner, and got him involved in cooking with me and making meals on Sandy's Kitchen Adventures, and it's just been so positive, and I'm just so thankful to Lisa and Paula and this program as a whole.
Wow, Kimberly, thank you so much for sharing. I love that. I heard what you said, now I have energy to take walks and exercise. And isn't it amazing by like making one simple choice and yes, like choosing a program that's honestly pretty easy, like you cumulatively get healthier. Like all of a sudden you have the energy to exercise and it's even easier to be healthier. And so like what a cool system that we have that allows us to keep building on it. So thanks for sharing and congratulations, 25 pounds, that's amazing. Awesome. Well, I'm going to keep us going. I'll share one of my non-scale victories. This week, I actually had something really sad happen last week. A friend of mine passed away from home. And normally that would send me into kind of a spiral of like, okay, this was tragic. What in the world? Like he was perfectly healthy. And so like, what's the point? I don't know, just kind of getting into that kind of funk. And reaching out to my health coach and really choosing, okay, I know that wine or that food or whatever I'm wanting is not really going to comfort me in the way that I want it to. And so being able to choose it in such a justifiably hard moment where I think a lot of us can understand that those are really hard moments to choose to be healthy when you're feeling so overwhelmed by grief. But choosing to recognize like, okay, maybe I'll give myself some extra time to rest today, but I'm not going to choose food that I know is not going to actually do for me what I want it to do. And so that was a huge victory for me. So I just wanted to share that to keep our client celebrations going. But I would love to hear from maybe one or two more people. I think we have a few more minutes for anyone else who would like to share. Okay, I hear someone.
I got one. Hey guys, it's Tiana, and I'm actually sharing it for my client Heather. She is but she's on a school computer that doesn't have a microphone or a video. So anyways, she's like in her first 10 days of being on program, and she works at a grocery store and sometimes has shifts in the bakery. And I was like so excited to get this text from her on Thursday or Wednesday of last week where she was like, hey, I'm working in the bakery today, and this is the first time since I've been on program, and I've never not had a treat, which I totally get because I worked at a bakery in high school. They're always like free. And so I just said like, hey, let me know, text me afterwards so that, give her a few tips. You can talk to your health coach. There's lots of good ideas on how to keep yourself really focused during those times. And she did it. She did a great job. And she cruised through the whole shift without eating anything from the bakery. And we got to celebrate it on Facebook message later that evening. So I just wanted to say awesome job, Heather. You rocked it. Good job.
Yay, Heather, way to go. I was so excited for you, and so cool to see how those decisions pay off over time, because every decision that you make can give you a good consequence if you want it to. So way to go. So excited for you. Okay, I think we have time for one more. So one last celebration.
Hey, Leah, Paul Steenberg, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Hey, fine. Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to one of my great clients, Deb, who has been on program for a month. And when I talked to her for a client support a week ago, she was struggling a little because her daughter was in hospital and she had the 3-year-old granddaughter. And anyhow, I followed up with her today, and she, in spite of all that, she's lost 26 pounds in her first month. And she's rocking the program.
Wow. So cool. And I bet she's feeling awesome.
Yep, she's feeling great. And I'm so proud of her.
Wow. Thanks for sharing with us, Paul. We're celebrating your client. So excited for her. Thanks for paying it forward and helping people. Cool. Well, thanks everybody for sharing. I can't wait next week to hear how you all have been victorious this coming week. So Katie, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Yay. Thank you so much, Leah. And before we wrap up, I have one more person who I texted. I really want her to share because we're doing the Dave Ramsey Scream Call. And so I want her to give a quick little blurb about what she's celebrating this week. Brandy, this is you.
I didn't get your text. I'm sorry. I was like, that sounds kind of like me. So my husband and I actually just paid off $30,000 worth of my student loan debt today, which was super exciting. And I think part of the reason why we kind of started this process is just when you start to get healthy, you start to get goals again, almost. And you start to become very intentional about your choices and what your life could look like because you start to get a lot of hope. And so I think that that's a huge benefit of this whole program is just giving you that reason to have hope again and to be excited about your future. And it really leaks. It started out for me as I just want to lose, 30 pounds. And it has really morphed into all the other things that I can do as part of my life because I said yes to program. So yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Yay, Brandy! I know I called and screamed in your ear already, but I cannot tell you how happy that makes me for you. It's just like the freedom that you get out from under that debt. I can't wait till I get to do your scream soon. So yeah, what an awesome week of celebrations. Thank you so much for everyone who is bold enough to share. And if you felt a little nervous this week, maybe next week will be your week. And as you're going through your week, I encourage you to think about what your non-scale victories are. What are you celebrating that's aside from the scale? Because this really is such a lifestyle shift, as Paula was telling us. And yeah, I'm really grateful for all of you. Thanks for being on our call and being part of our community, and looking forward to seeing you guys next week and in between. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on Get Healthy and Thrive. Bye, guys.